When I was in 7th grade, I wanted to be in the NBA. Coach said, Brandon, you're a good shooter, you're a good dribbler, but you're out of shape. And he was right. When I was in 7th grade, I was out of shape. You know, I ate a bunch of junk food. And then he said, Brandon, you need to go out for cross country. I said, Coach, look at this. This don't run. He said, yeah, you have to do what you don't want to do what you want to do. You want good grades, you have to study. You want to get good at sports, you have to practice. So I went out for cross country. Anybody run cross country? Cross country is a sport where you run, and then you run and run and run, and you don't even get a ball. So I went out for cross country, and I was last place every race. Literally last place. I mean, the race would be over, the kids would be on the bus going home, and they'd be like, wait, there's one more. Wait for me. That was me. Wasn't much of a confidence booster. But I stayed with it, and I lost some weight, I got in shape. Well, a little bit in shape. But what I do, that summer, I went right back to the things I was holding on to. I went back to my junk food. And there was off-season conditioning, which are terrible words to put together. And my friend said, hey, let's go do this off-season conditioning for cross-country. I was like, fine. So we went out. This is by Jefferson City, Missouri. We're running down Main Street, okay? And it was hot. I get 20 meters, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this. I get ready to turn around, but before I turn around, I look down the street, and I see it. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hey, nothing against McDonald's. They have salads, but I never ate them. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to McDonald's. And my friend's like, no, we can't go in there. We got to keep running. There's something you want now, but there's something you want the most. So I kept running. But now we're running up a hill. And the problem is, look, the hill is big, and so am I. So I'm going up this hill. I'm telling the truth. And you ever have a pain in your side when you run? I'm running up this hill, and I'm like, what is that? Right here. He's like, it's okay, it's a runner's cramp, just keep going. And I'm like, it's not going away. And I turn around, and I see McDonald's. It's downhill, it's even better. And he's like, no, Brandon, you don't want that. You want that, uphill. And I'm like, no, I want that. He said, no, you want that now, but what you want the most is that. And he was right. I had to let it go. I had to face the tough. I had to say, this is going to be tough now, but there's something better coming because of it. So I went up the hill, and it wasn't pretty. I was making weird noises. But I got up the hill. But a light bulb came on. And I was like, I did it. I did it. This is my advice for everybody. Do hard things because they'll teach you that you can do hard things. The rest of that summer, I was running every day, with or without my friend Brian. I was running down Main Street. I lost all my weight. I showed up to 8th grade. People didn't even recognize me. And on the first meet of the cross-country season, I got first place. Second race, first place. Third race, first place. Fourth race, first place. The teams were like, who is this kid? That was that one kid. Wait for me. What? I went from last to first until the last race of the season. Runners to your mark. Get set. I was fast, but I wasn't good with direction. I start going that way, and everyone's following me. We're running towards like a highway, and the guy's like, no, that way. So we stop, I turn around, but now here's the problem. I didn't go a little bit off course, I went the opposite way. I'm no longer in first place, I'm in last place. But I've been in last place before. The tough can make you tougher. I turn around. And I see these people in front of me, and I start going. These other fast runners, they gave up. And what true story, I'm passing people one at a time. I finally get to the front. I'm exhausted. There's 100 meters to go. We're sprinting to the finish line. 90 meters, 80 meters, don't stop. 70 meters, what is that? 60 meters. The guy next to me gives up. I finished undefeated. And he would have told you, oh, it was too tough. Oh, I couldn't do it. But I would have told him he could have done it. He just wasn't willing to go through the, what is that? What is that? There's some things for people that are easy. Maybe it's easy for you to get on stage with 4,000 people looking at you. But maybe talking about your feelings is not easy. Maybe forgiving somebody is not easy. Maybe letting somebody else have the spotlight is not easy. Maybe having a failure and learning from it is not easy. Maybe saying I'm sorry is not easy. But it's worth it. What is that? Well, I ended up being undefeated. And the question is why? How? Well, sure, I practiced, I owned it, I ran, blah, blah, blah. And this story is about me, but I'm not the main character. The story is about a leader. He was my friend Brian, who said, hey, let's go running that summer. And because of him, I made it up that hill, and the light bulb came on, and I knew I could do difficult things. You see, a leader is not about being above people with people beneath you. It's about coming beside somebody and pushing them above, bringing them on stage and highlighting them, making them better. And that's what Brian did for me and other coaches and leaders and teachers. And that's what I'm trying to do for others. Because of Brian and other people, I became undefeated. I went on to become a starter at varsity basketball. With the new confidence, I was tried out for student council president. And then I became president, and I saw a motivational speaker at my school, and I said, I want to do that. And here I am.